I I don't want to comment, on the Richard Stallman situation and what's going on in that, but I wanted to say that I don't agree with what Stallman has said in a lot of ways. I mean, obviously, this video is being recorded on a Windows box onto a platform that Stallman would never, ever be part of, and onto Facebook, which, will also be reposted onto there, which he would never, ever ultimately use. But, my sentiment of disgust about what's going on has a lot to do with the Right Wing Watch's channel and the Peasants for Plutocracy video. In that, I feel like one of the only reasons why we're seeing these videos being produced that are criticizing Richard Stallman is because Richard Stallman isn't, one of the members of the economic elite. He is not, like he is not of the kind of earnings of some giant figure like Steve Jobs or some, you know, towering individual that has the kind of net worth that you would experience with, somebody of of that kind of caliber as a person, or Bill Gates, or any one of the other billionaires out there in this country. If a billionaire said something problematic, we would just look at that and forgive them and shrug. But when Richard Stallman says something problematic, we rip into him. And if I am, emotionally invested in this in any way, or to any extent and compromised by it, it's because of the fact that I live under the same boot, ultimately, of critique. America would tear into me simply because I don't make as much money as the billionaires. And so I have to play by a different set of moral expectations than the rest of them, than those people that are up there in the billionaire class. So when you sit here and you tell me what a piece of shit Richard Stallman is, I want you to just to understand that everything is being seen through those eyes. This is a country that denies their own experiences, gaslights, and basically worships the ground that the billionaire class walks on, and uses their free speech at every turn to defend the rich and billionaires from any would-be critics and demonize their critics. Instead, we in our society worship people purely because of the fact that they have money, and we bend over backwards to to say nice things about them just because they have money and they've made us money. And yet Richard Stallman and his Free Software Foundation don't make people money, and so people are mean to them, you know but it wouldn't be this way if he made them money, and I know it, and I can pick up on it. And almost nobody would have said anything about him and his mistreatment of the opposite sex or the women at MIT or any of that stuff, which I want to be clear, I don't support. Like, I don't support treating women that way. That stated, you know, the truth of the matter about Richard Stallman and that situation is that I feel very strongly like if he had been higher up in the plutocracy that I now live in, under the fateful watch of these bootlickers who keep enabling the quote unquote visionaries. I got to be honest with you. I really feel like we would have just looked the other way and forgotten about it, and we never would have heard these stories in the first place. They would have been buried, and all of you would be completely okay with that.